G'day, welcome along. Homebrew Wednesday on a Wednesday. Finru Home Brewing, how you doing? It's a miserable day outside, but I've decided to do my recording inside. Managed to get my shit together. I haven't done a video for about 3 months. So here I am, ready to go with a Homebrew Wednesday. So what I've got here today, and cheers, is a Cooper's Stout that I poured probably 3 or 4 minutes ago. So it's a Cooper Stout paired up with a kg of dry dark malt extract, and a kg of golden syrup. I fermented it at 19 degrees as per normal. I used SO5, slurry SO5 from my previous brew, and brewed it at 19 degrees for 3 days, and then bumped it up to 22, and then carried it on for another 7 days. So that was 10 days in total. Then I cold crashed it for 3 days, and then I kegged it. Now, kegging isn't without its failures and faults and problems. But anyway, let's dive in and have a cheers. So thanks, guys. And there was a bit of a bitterness there that's starting to back up. It's actually very, very nice. For anyone that wants to brew beer and they're just doing a kilo and they want to use some cane sugar, I would advise them to try a kilo of golden syrup. It's very, very nice. Anyway, a bit of a horror story with kegging, because about a month ago or 2 months ago, me and Al, we shot out to Rolleston, and I got a swap my bottle of I think it's a 5 kg or D size bottle of CO2 and nitrogen. That's the 80-20 mixture. 80% CO2, 20% nitrogen. It's like a beer gas. It's wonderful. That's what gives me this nice creamy head on my beer. You can see it just sticks around, just like a Guinness. Really, really good. I went and got that and paid $70 for it, and went home, and Al came along to help me out, lifting it around and stuff, so I don't get too stuffed. And we always have a good chat. It's really good. And the beer at the time was another stout, and it was a Muntons stout that I had, and I put that in, and about a week and a half, and I used the gas, and I put it in, turned it on, and everything's going fine, and I pulled, and it's good as gold. And about a week and a half later, I'm out of gas. Now, as you know, my keg and gas bottle are enclosed within the fridge. So what had happened, I don't know. I just went out there one day and there was no gas. I didn't hear any hissing. There wasn't. I didn't actually check the threads, with the soapy water. I did not check that, but I couldn't hear any gas. And if I couldn't hear any gas leaking, I would have thought it would have been fine. And if there was a leak, it would have been only very, very small. What I should have done was got the soapy water and put it around all the fittings, just to double check there's no bubbles coming out. However, I wouldn't have thought that a 5 kg or a number D size gas cylinder would have leaked out that much gas within a week and a half. So I actually didn't know what happened. I thought there's obviously been a leak there. In the back of my mind is, did they fill that gas bottle up correctly? Was it actually full of gas? I don't know. So the other week, last week, I went out there again with my empty gas bottle, and I exchanged it again, another $70. Came back, and what I did was all the fittings with the thread, all the thread fittings, and I made sure I had the washer on the inside of the cap. I put the threading tape around, which I didn't do last time. And from your shout, Jared, at your shout, I got some lube and some little rings, for the posts. the O-rings for the post. So I replaced those and put some lube on, and on the post I also put some of that tape around as well. Put it all down, got it all set, and kegged the beer. And I got the soap and water out, and I checked on each post and each fitting that there was no bubbles coming out, and there weren't any. But I'm that paranoid about it. What I did was actually shook. I did the when you get the keg and you burp it after you put the beer in, and then I put it on a stool and I just rocked it back and forward, just over a period of about 20 minutes, half an hour, just for a few minutes at a time, back and forward, and that force carbonated it up really quick, and so I was able to get my beer within half an hour into the glass, very well carved and nice, and with a nice head on it. So you can actually do that. You can actually force carb your beer by rocking it back and forward. And there's plenty of videos online about doing that. I may do one myself, but so just type in YouTube force carbing your keg, force carbing your beer in the keg or something like that, and I'll show you about rocking it back. You turn it up to about 30 psi, really crank it in there, and then start rocking it back. And of course, there is another way of doing it with a stone. An aeration stone you can hook up, and that'll do it really well too. But anyway, so I'm that paranoid about losing all the gas because I'm actually not 100% sure where the leak was or how I did it. I did actually replace quite a few of the hoses in there because I haven't had the thing up and running. I've been bottling for a few brews, and so I've replaced all the hoses with nice new ones, and then I lost all that gas. So what I've done now, since I've force carbed it, what I've done is when I finish drinking it, 2 or 3 pints, I'll turn the gas off, or even once I know it's coming out nice and fast and nice and thick like this, just turn the main tap off just in case there's a leak somewhere. I'm that paranoid about it. But anyway, this beer here, the Cooper Stout, with a kilo of the old dry malt extract, the dark unhopped dry malt extract, and a kilo of golden syrup, is very nice. It started off quite bitter, but it was very new. And I had a great fun the other night. I was on the Homebrew Network live stream where Gavin was doing doing a live stream brew day, and I was actually in the chat, and someone said you got to be careful sometimes with golden syrup because it can actually be quite bitter. And I did experience a bit of that, but I will say that if the bitterness that originally was in this was from the golden the golden syrup, then it has mellowed out in about a week and a half. So that's good. Cheers to that. So this was it here. Yeah, it's just a state, standard. But you guys, if you want to, try some different things like different sugars. I wouldn't go past a bit of golden syrup and the dry, and just dry spray malt, and stay away from your sugar. But it's all up to you, and I totally honestly, I totally understand finances and things like that. We've talked about this before. If you want to get some beer into your keg or into your bottles, and you're a bit strapped for cash, you buy yourself a kit, and you want and it's $30, and you buy a kg of sugar, throw them in, and use the yeast that's in the top, and get it fermenting, and you got yourself some beer. Totally agree with that. Not a problem for me. Over the years, I think I've just tried to sort of improve the quality of my beer and my process. So, and everyone has their process. So it's up to you what degree you want to take it. So with that there, this one here, I'm going to put this one down tomorrow. This is the Muntons. I've gone back to the Muntons. It's a wee bit more pricey, $30. However, I actually quite rate this Muntons Export Stout for because I'm only going to I can't really be bothered anymore doing do anymore doing the. Sorry, my screen just went off there. I really can't be bothered anymore doing all grain in the brew shed over winter. It's too bloody cold. I'm getting soft. I can't see whether my video's still going, but I'll just carry on. And I've got half a kg of this dry malt extract. So that's really good. I'll use that, and I'll probably put a kilo of sugar, golden syrup with that too. I might pause this for a minute, and we'll see what's happening. Hopefully, hopefully I'm back again. I'm just doing this video on my laptop, and I've never done a video on the laptop before either. Before. So I've got that Muntons kit. What I had to do was get I broke another glass fucking hydrometer here, so I had to go and buy another one. They're only $15. So I went and saw Jared at Your Shout, Linwood, and it was good to see him again because I've been doing most of my buying online from him because I just haven't had the energy in me to go out. But today I went and saw him. It was good to have a chat about how the things are going in the homebrew world and whatnot. And it's always good to catch up with him. He's a top man because I go and see him. If you live in Christchurch, and if you're in the South Isle or something like that, you can buy stuff online. He's got a really good online service. Anyway, so I had to buy this. So this beer here, I don't know what the ABV is because I broke my fucking hydrometer. So I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's about 5.6 or something like that. So, but it's nice. It's very, very nice actually. I've been drinking I had my mate Al come around before, and he came in to just basically say, "G'day, how you doing?" and bought a bottle of Cooper's Stout with him. So we had a few of those, and I had a couple of whiskies. And so now I'm drinking this Cooper's homebrew, and actually, although it's slightly more bitter, it's slightly more thinner than the bottled. It's very, very good. So cheers. And it feels good to be doing a homebrew Wednesday again. So I've got some other things to talk about. So I had that disaster with the gas bottle. But that happens. So what did I learn by that? We get complacent with things. So I put the tape around the joints and tighten them up, made sure they're all tight. I got the keg posts, took them out, replaced the seals on them. So I've got so here's the here. Okay, so they're just little O-rings here that go around your keg post. So you just take the old ones off, and you destroy them when you take them off, and then you just roll that on and put a bit of lube on the top on them, so that your attachments go on nice and smoothly, and they're not rubbing your rubber up the wrong way, and we don't want that, do we? So I think that's quite a good bit of kit to have. There's 14 in that. I can't get this. Everything's backwards. So probably, hopefully, what I should do is probably replace these every year. And I've got another keg, and I've lost the lid for it. So that's everything's ticking along. I've got the garage out there. The brew shed is nice and tidy. I managed to get some. I've got some plants in the garden, some garlic, some garlic, and some cabbages and things like that. But it's very cold. And my health has been a bit difficult to deal with, but I've been doing okay. I've got my music room here with all my records, and I've been replacing the covers on the outside of my records, making them look nice. And I bought myself a new heater for in here today, so I'm nice and cozy. And I'm enjoying having a bit of just coming out here, listening to some music and having a wee dram. And I've got one of the kegs full, so I'm going to be brewing this hopefully tomorrow, and I'll be bringing it in the kitchen in the warm with this, and some golden syrup, and that'll be there. And then in 10 days, it'll be ready to kick. Well, basically ready to kick again. And I'll have 1.5 kegs of beer full, and then I want to start doing some high strength beers, and they will be like high strength stouts, and they will be, I think, I'll be bottling them. And so when I hit spring, and I have to also want to do some. I've got a whole lot of apples that Al gave me, so I've got a lot to do. As I say, my health's not been that good. It's got nothing to do with beer or whiskey or anything like that. It's just the way chronic fatigue syndrome rolls. So I've been, but I'm doing all right, and I'm quite happy. And I've been watching you guys with your videos, and I've been really enjoying them. Haven't commented on a lot, but yeah, I'm quite happy and quite safe and sound here. So yeah, that's basically all I've got to do. But it's good to catch up and good to do another Homebrew Wednesday. So cheers, everybody. Ooh, you take care. Yeah, Cooper Stout, very good. Take care.